Welcome to Love Local, the podcast by Jennifer Cornish Design, where we spotlight the incredible independent businesses in Newbury and the surrounding areas. I'm your host, Jen, and each episode I'll be chatting with a local business owner to hear their story, how they started, the challenges they faced, and the creative and marketing decisions that helped them grow. Welcome to Love Local. This week I'm joined by Shelleigh from Tiny Town Cafe. Welcome, Shelleigh. Thank you for joining me. Did you want to tell me a bit about Tiny Town Cafe for the people that don't know and your journey to opening your business?
Yeah, sure. So it's a small family business. It's myself, my brother and my sister. So Abby and Ricky do it with me. I was on maternity leave at the time. I used to work in nurseries.
Yeah.
And I was just had my daughter. She's nearly 3. Well, she's 3 now. So 3 years ago, we opened Tiny Town pretty much. And I was on maternity leave. We were doing a play date with my brother and my nephew. But we had to travel quite far out to find somewhere where we could actually meet that was suitable for the little ones. So we met up, had a play date, and my brother was talking to my partner about trying to get his partner back into work after having her son, and Jordan was saying, my partner, about me going back because I used to work in nurseries and I didn't want to return back to nurseries. About what I could do, and my brother was like, well, why don't we do like a play cafe or something like that? And I mean, you know how it is when you've got children, you don't get to talk too often when you're on a play date. You're like just passing each other talking when you can. So it was a very brief conversation, and then it was like a week later we started like a WhatsApp group, found the name for Tiny Town. And then I think 3 weeks later, so all within the space of a month, we were already looking at like venues and things like that, and going through like creating a plan. And so we've just been Tiny Town WhatsApp group for about nearly 4 years. So it's been quite crazy, to be fair.
So how quickly from that idea to you actually opening, what was that process like?
So it was hectic. Yeah, it was very busy. We gave ourselves quite a short time of when we got the keys to when we opened. It was exactly 2 months we got the keys to when we opened our door at the first day of October half term, which it like hit us like a bus. It really did. It was quite busy, but we had, I mean, I can't shout out our family enough. It's a small family business, but our family's quite big, and the support that they've all given us. Like my mum, she'll do shifts at the cafe if somebody's poorly. Like my granddad, you can tell who my granddad is if he's going through the high street with his mobility scooter. He's just covered in Tiny Town stickers.
Oh, wow.
And then, like my nieces, my nephews, all helping out. And like my siblings' partners and their parents all chipping in and things like that.
Was there any question about doing it with family? Because, I mean, some people that I'm guessing would be the worst nightmare. Like, I love my brother, but if he's listening, but I don't think I could run a business with him.
There's definitely been some heated discussions, put it that way. But we all seem to get on. We always have done. We've all been very family orientated since such a young age. Like family is such a big thing for us. And I've worked with my sister previously. We worked in nurseries. I'm not saying we worked well together, but we worked together. So it was something we'd already done before, working with each other. And then, so my brother actually works full time and does the cafe on the side. So it's more my sister and myself that does the cafe. And then Ricky, we call him the credit card.
Okay, fine.
We call him the credit card. He won't appreciate me saying that. But and then me and Abby just spend the money, try and make the money, and then just keep Tiny Town ticking over. But it's definitely had,
because you really have, I think, captured an empty space in the market. I think it is such a shame that Newbury doesn't have any form of that going on, in any form of soft play. I mean, I've got a near 10-year-old and we had soft plays before. So then having the twins who are now nearly 4, I have really noticed a massive difference to not have that space to be able to go to. So when was it that you kind of realised, actually, this needs to happen and this needs to be
Well, it was one of the reasons why we opened Tiny Town, because, like I said, the initial play date where we had to travel quite far out just to find somewhere to take the kids, it was just nothing in the area. Like most places closed due to COVID. We used to have like obviously big soft plays, bowling, things like that, and then everything closed. So there was just nothing, and traveling quite far out is quite difficult and almost impossible for some people if they don't drive. And
so, also if you've got like a group of even 3-4 mums that have all got pushchairs, even going to a coffee shop without any form of soft play is hard enough. You kind of need to take over a space, and then other people in there are like, what are all these mums doing and things like that. So talk me through a bit about finding the space then originally. You were obviously originally in the Kennet Centre, so talk me through that process, how you decided to get to that point. Did you need to have a bit of capital behind you to do that, or was it just literally you took the leap and you knew that people would come and you knew that the rent would get paid?
It's definitely had a lot of challenges, and more than what we thought we were going to have, and some that we didn't expect type thing. But when we first looked at the unit, it was myself and my brother that viewed it. My sister wasn't available that day, and we just walked in and we were like, this is the space. And we'd viewed other properties before that one, and they just weren't the right size, needed a lot of work. So I don't know if you know the Kennet Centre, but obviously you've got where Tiny Town was, and then there used to be Cafe Neuro, and then a space next to there. We looked at that one, I was like, no, there's random pillars in the way, there's steps all over the place, like it's just not going to work for Tiny Town. And then we literally walked over the roof, walked into old Tiny Town, and was like, this is Tiny Town. This we can make this work. And it was very much we got the keys, and on the same day we got the keys we had masking tape, just massive rolls of masking tape, and we're just going around like, this is going to be the police station, this is going to be the supermarket, and just mapped it all out. And even now when we had to relocate and take everything out, the masking tape was still on the floor.
Oh wow.
So it was so lovely to see, from like taking everything out 2 and a bit years later to when we first put it all down, seeing it from its first steps, really. So,
and for people that might not know, like obviously you're renting the space, are you allowed to do whatever you want, or is there certain rules and regulations? Do you have to put it back? Like how does that kind of work?
So with our previous space, everything that we put in we had to take out, and our last day in that space was 31st January, which was also my birthday. So
oh wow, it's my daughter's birthday as well. Good day.
And we had birthday parties on that day.
Oh wow.
So we didn't want to let anybody down in that respect. So like, we did the birthday parties, and then as soon as they'd walked out the door, we were like ripping up the floor.
Oh wow. So literally same day you were gone. God.
It was all-nighter. We had friends, family all helping us just rip out the place and returning it back to what it was. But we were allowed to do anything we wanted to do in the space. We just had to obviously double check first, make them aware, and then return it. And that's similar to what we've got now. Double check that we can do it, and when we do eventually leave, not anytime soon,
good.
We will have to return it straight back to what it was. So,
and how did you find that leaving? Because obviously it was kind of your first baby, really. Was it emotional going?
I was very emotional. I think as soon as the party guests left and I just turned around and I saw my brother ripping up the grass, I just burst into tears.
Oh, no.
But from like a mum point of view, returning back to work after having a child is difficult anyway. Like finding your own identity again is such a big thing, and it's so needed. Like I hear people say all the time, like they refer to mums as similar to flamingos, because when flamingos have their babies they lose their pink, and you just need to find your pink again, and it's such a lovely thing, but it's actually really sad as well. Like you do need to find your pink. And Tiny Town definitely helped me find my pink after my youngest.
I would say exactly the same. So I went for a third, had twins, and I set up Twin Club Newbury, and I set that up because there wasn't a space for twins at all, and I had lost my pink having twins, because that is a whole carnage in itself. And Twin Club literally saved me, because I met so many people that were in the similar boat. Even though I started it, those mums are just completely on the same page, and they totally get it. So I totally get it. Talk me through the journey then of moving. So when you moved in, I think most people in Newbury obviously knew the Kennet Centre was going. We didn't know when. Talk me through that. Did you know that was happening when you moved in? And then talk me through the relocation.
Yeah. So we did know that we would have to relocate from the Kennet Centre before we moved in. It was an amazing stepping stone for us, really, starting off as a business. It was discounted rates because they wanted to get people through the door. So they were still making money as a business. So it was, like I said, such an amazing stepping stone for us starting off as a small business. But we just didn't know when the relocation was going to happen. Could have happened in 10 years, could have happened in 2 type thing.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It was
really?
all over the place.
Yeah.
So we just didn't know when it was going to happen. And then it was last November when we got the date for the 31st of January.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we had a bit of time, but it was probably our busiest time is winter. So that was a bit hectic.
Yeah. And I'm guessing all those premises in the Kennet Centre also wanted to relocate.
Yeah.
So it was going to be a bit of a, okay, where do we go?
And most high streets, if you walk down them, you're like, oh, empty shop, empty shop, empty shop. Where with Newbury, there's barely any empty shops. Yeah. There's a few and they've been empty for a little while, but there's not many empty that are available now. So it was quite difficult.
So how did you go through that process then? Because again, I'm guessing if you were on discounted rates as well, it would have been a bit of a jump for you business wise to kind of be like, oh no, I'm not on discounted rates anymore.
No. So it was quite a change moving from obviously the Kennet Centre to where we are now. Yeah. It's a lot smaller. It is, but the perks of that is it's definitely a lot warmer than the Kennet Centre.
Oh, okay,
it's absolutely freezing in there. So it's definitely got its perks being a smaller space. It just feels so much more cozy now and things like that. And as calm as Tiny Town can be, it's a lot calmer.
Yeah.
But we did look at a few other premises before we found. So, and I don't think my brother and my sister will mind me saying, but we actually lost our dad last September. Wow. Okay. And the morning of his funeral, we met at his favourite pub for breakfast all together. Yeah. And as we walked out in the marketplace, we saw them putting up the to let sign in the window for where we are now. And I was like, that's I'm taking that as a sign. Yeah. So our new premises has such a nice feeling for us anyway, it's like a sign related to that. We've kind of, because it was quite upsetting leaving the Kennet Centre. Yeah. That was our first home. Yeah. And then moving. Yeah. That made it a little bit of an easier move. Yeah.
But in a way, again, it's disappearing, isn't it? So it's not like another shop is going to be going in there for you to have to walk past every day.
I know.
But and then talk me through, opening again, round 2, basically, how you seem to have turned that around super quick.
I know.
And obviously being shut, you don't have customers, do you? No. So I'm guessing you needed to get back open as soon as possible.
We needed to be open, a small business. We didn't have any income coming in for the 2 weeks that we were closed. Yeah. And my brother was like, right, so we'll open on the 1st of February. I was like, oh, wow. No, we will not. I was like, I will not be alive if we do that. That will kill me off. Yeah. So I was like, right, we need to settle on like 2 weeks maximum. I was like, because then that will take us to February half term. And that would be like a great window for us. We're busy half term. So that was the plan. And we were aiming for the 16th and we opened on the 17th. Oh, wow. So we had some last minute electrical problems thrown into the mix of all behind our bar area. There was no electric. So I was like, kind of need those. I need the coffee machine. I've got half term coming and parents need caffeine. Yeah. So I need the coffee machine. The 17th we opened, but very long nights. It was like I was going to work, taking the girls to school, going to work, picking them up, taking them home, wait for my partner to come home, go back to the cafe.
It's the juggle, isn't it? And I mean, in a way, you're kind of semi-lucky because you do get to take the kids to work.
Yeah, sometimes they come with me, but I can't say I get much done when they're there. And I lose a lot of snacks.
Yes, I think about that. If that was my kids, 100%. Amazing. So talk me through then, obviously, you've been on quite a journey, moving, relocating. What about things like your branding, your marketing? Talk me through that journey and how you got the name Tiny Town, everything like that.
So again, everything started really with a WhatsApp group chat between myself, my brother and my sister, and then his partner, because Sammy was originally going to do it all with us and things like that. She moved on to do a different job, but she's still part of Tiny Town as well. It was all just, and we were just playing with ideas of names, writing them in, seeing if we liked them, and it was... And then I think my brother said like Toy Town or something like that. Yeah. And then somebody said like Tiny Toy Town. And I was like, why don't we just call it Tiny Town.
Yeah.
And then from there it was like, okay, well, Tiny Town.
Yeah.
And then it was, again, with the logos, we created those ourselves. Like we downloaded apps on our phones.
Yep.
And we were all just playing around with ideas, tweaking them here and there, putting in our ideas and seeing what others like thought. And then, we created the logo. In regards to the website, we attempted, but we hit a dead end there. We've tried to do stuff ourselves, but there's some stuff that we can't do.
And especially with a business like yours that is effectively ticket-based, slot-based, it has to work because that is your bread and butter of people being able to book easily.
So that was probably one of the biggest things starting off as what we needed to get out the way. So we used a lady called April from Little Big Box, and she created our website, and our website is amazing. It's so friendly, and I can now use it and tweak things here and there. And I was like, I'm not very good with technology.
Which is really important, I think. Really important if you've got a website to not having to go back to the website builder to be like, can you tweak this?
Yeah.
If they teach you how to do it yourself, then that's costings that you save.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to message my brother and be like, what have I done wrong?
Yeah.
And he'll go on and fixed it. I'm like, thank you.
Perfect. Amazing. What would you say then? Obviously, you've talked me through all your story of moving. What would you say one of the biggest challenges you've faced as you've started Tiny Town?
So I would say definitely getting our name out there is very, very difficult. Like when we first started, we had social media, but it wasn't really something that we were doing daily. We went in blind opening a business. We've never done this before. And social media is such a big thing nowadays. And we just didn't even think that when we were starting a small business that we were going to be taking on the role of social media as well. So, and it's like a full-time job, just the social media side of things. So that is definitely the hardest bit I think we've all found, is keeping up to date, having something to post and getting the views and the likes and everything like that it's difficult. But we just find now that we're getting more used to it, because I always feel quite anxious on the camera and things like that, and
we were just talking about that. That's why I do this podcast, because I did not like filming myself, and I was like, I'll just get other people to film me. That's really surprising that you say that, though, about getting your name out there, because the place, the Kennet Centre, and where you are now is quite a big high street presence. So you would think that people would naturally find you, but has that not been the case?
So we do get a good amount of footfall, and that is like such a big thing we had to look into when we were looking at relocating. Like there were some premises that we were looking at that weren't even part of the high street, and we're like, the footfall is just going to drop massively. And it's such a big thing for us. So although we do get a good amount of footfall, if people don't know that you're in the high street, not many people come to the high street unless they need to. Like online shopping is like such a big thing, so people don't come to the high street as much as they used to. But I mean, blowing our own trumpet here, but we have brought so many people into Newbury. We have families visiting us from Bournemouth just because it's a middle ground from their friends. So we've had people coming. We had a family from Wales. They came down on a holiday and they wanted to stop at Tiny Town and then continue their holiday. So we've had a lot of people just come to Newbury. I'd love to say just for Tiny Town, which is amazing.
Yeah, so that is amazing. And have you noticed a difference, obviously, because they have shut the high street, haven't they? Have you noticed that have any impact on you? Because obviously I used to drive through all the time and have a look at what's going on and who's there and things like that. But
it is a pain, I think, in the sense of travelling to and from work. But being a place for children, it's also a lot safer. Now that the high street is closed, because on a Sunday, like I have later session, and usually the high street would open at 5 o'clock and my session would finish at 5:30. So I'm literally having to stand by the door and be like, just to make you aware, there's now cars coming through. I don't have to do that anymore.
Okay, so it's from
so
a
much
safety
safer.
point of view,
because some people don't drive very sensibly, which is obviously not ideal with little ones. And when normally the high street is empty and you can just walk all over the place, the children and just naturally do that, and sometimes even the parents, because they forget that cars can come through. So it does have its downfalls on being shut so early, and not opening until quite late, but it also has its perks, I think.
And I'm going to ask this question because I don't know how it will go, but with regards to being on the high street, is there a community there of people supporting you, other businesses and stuff like that? How have you found that? Or has there been a support there as you're actually a high street business with a premises?
So honestly, the support that we've had just from other small local businesses has been amazing. Like some that aren't even similar to our business, reaching out. Do you want us to post some of your leaflets?
Oh, wow.
We'll share you on Instagram, share you on Facebook, things like that. And sometimes people don't even ask, they just share. And it's such a lovely thing to do because they're shouting you out. There's lots of small businesses within the high street that shout us out. Like there's a bridal shop a couple of doors down from us, and not only is she a customer of Tiny Town, she every time she sees us, she's asking how we're getting on, and she's just lovely. Like
it is a lovely community just being a small business owner, because I think a lot of people just don't get it. And you do never stop, and you're always there, even if you're feeling poorly or anything like that. You can't kind of just switch off. Even if you go on holiday, you're always thinking, oh, what's going on, what's happening. So it's nice to hear that there is that community there.
It is lovely.
And again, I think with all these podcasts, everyone's kind of said about referrals and people chatting to people and people recommending. And I think that's one of the biggest ways to grow a business is if you're doing something well, people will talk about it. And I know definitely for me and me with the twins, like I've been to Tiny Town loads because there's no other place. And even if I'm not planning on going to Tiny Town and I'm in town and I need like the boys,
they need to burn off some energy.
They need to burn off some energy. I'm like, right, okay, let's book a Tiny Town slot and we'll factor that into my shopping. So it has been amazing for the high street. So you should be really proud. You and your family should be really proud of what you're bringing to Newbury, because like I said, there isn't anything around. With regards to then your marketing, what would you say one of the biggest decisions you've had to make through that journey?
So I'd say for marketing, the best decision we've ever made is our stickers that we have at Tiny Town.
Oh, wow.
And something so simple means something so big to children.
Yes.
But then they'll walk past another family and they'll be like, they've got a Tiny Town sticker.
Yeah.
And the Tiny Town stickers are absolutely everywhere. Like they're on my granddad's mobility scooter, on his walking stick, they're on my mum's headphones.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can walk through the high street without seeing a Tiny Town sticker. So in that respect, that was our best point of doing is getting those stickers, because they're also such a benefit for leaving time at Tiny Town. The children don't want to go.
Yes,
we take that as a compliment, but that's not very happy when they don't want to put their shoes on. So we're like, oh, you go find your shoes and I'll go get you a sticker. And they're like, sticker. Like, most children will do anything for a sticker.
That is amazing.
My 3-year-old, she will not, and I need her to.
but then she'll rob you of all your Tiny Town stickers, so probably best. Okay, so then future for Tiny Town then? I know you're just coming off the back of a move. You need to recover a bit. So what is the plans? Any plans going forward? So
we've got our next project. So upstairs of Tiny Town, we've got 2 rooms. Again, a little bit smaller, on the smaller side, but we've got a room that we can knock through to make it slightly bigger. And there's ideas of my brother really wants to create like a digger play cafe sandpit type thing. So like remote controlled diggers within a massive sandpit.
That's so cool.
And then on the other side we've got another room that we want to change into a sensory room. The sensory room is our next project. At the moment it's kind of one of those where I've just put everything and shut the door. And I'm like, don't open the door. So it's our next project, but we're having a little bit of breathing space first.
Has your brother watched Blippi by any chance? I mean, they have a digger cafe on that.
He probably has, to be fair.
Oh wow! So there is the opportunity. So you've got the space above. I don't think many people might know that you've got the space above to then expand it even further. Oh wow! And will people be able to go between the two? So
it will be, because we've got like a smaller space, we've had to reduce the capacity of Tiny Town. So we're going to have bookings for Tiny Town, bookings for the sensory room, then bookings for the other room, whatever it may be, a digger cafe or something. But like with the sensory room, you won't be able to go between the two, because ideally we want the sensory room to be for children that need it, families that need it, and for non-walkers. So like during the week they can have a bit of a quieter space where they can have the sensory experience basically of the toys. So
amazing.
It'll be a lot calmer than downstairs.
I could imagine. Fab. Okay, so if you were to give any advice to a business just starting out in Newbury, whether it be a children's business or any form of business, what one bit of advice would you give them?
It would definitely be communication. Whoever you're doing it with, communication is the key. No matter if you disagree on something, if you put a plan down and then let them put their plan down, and then create a bigger plan from those, and just having that communication with everybody around you and building a business plan, and then everything will hopefully flow. I'm not saying it will, but hopefully flow fairly easily. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be teething problems. We're still learning day to day now. Like when we opened, none of us knew how to use a coffee machine, and we've all had to learn how to do it. And we've become plumbers, baristas, electricians, all within this 3-year space.
Amazing.
It's definitely try and give it a go. Try and do as much as you can yourself, because it's more rewarding, I'd say.
Definitely.
But have a good set plan in place.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time. Definitely highly recommend anyone with kids going to Tiny Town. I can vouch for it. I was there on Friday. So and if people want to find out more about Tiny Town, your website is
tinytownnewbury.co.uk.
Perfect. And on Instagram you are
Tiny Town Cafe.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Love Local. If you're a small business owner in Newbury or the surrounding area and you've got a story to tell, I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to follow, leave a review, and share it with someone who'd love it too. Thanks again for listening. I'm Jen, and I'll see you again on the next episode of Love Local.